Who's hungry? The deli's open. Hey guys, Marco D'Angelo here with Marco's Deli, powered by WagerTalk.com. Thanks for stopping by. I always appreciate you guys hanging out with me at the deli. And we're going to serve up a couple tasty treats for you on the Saturday card. Hey, if you've been following us on Bet On It, you know that we went 4-0 last week on the show. Already 1-0 this week. Got another play on the Friday card. You can check that out on the Bet On It show. But we're going to cover Saturday for you. So let's get right into it. And guys, if you enjoy these videos, and I hope you do, and I hope you've been making money, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. It really helps the channel, giving us a like, and leave me a comment. Tell me who you like in the Elite Eight tomorrow. Tell me if you agree with me, disagree with me, or just tell me where you are watching from. I want to hear from you guys. All right, enough about that. Let's get into the first game for Saturday. And we've got to go ahead and take a look at, let's start it off with Purdue in Arizona. And we take a look at this game here, Purdue in Arizona, and you look at it in public perception. Okay, they're going to look at this one and they're going to say, Purdue, general narrative, John Q. Public's going to look and say, I think we're going to overreact. They're going to look at Arizona, see that blowout they had last night over Arkansas. And here's the thing. We gave out Arizona yesterday. I loved Arizona. I loved the matchup. And the reason was Arkansas doesn't play any defense. And they play at an up tempo, which was going to go right into the hands of Arizona. Arizona was going to be able to score a ton of points in that game, and they did. They had over 100 points with like 5 minutes left in the game. Easy win for Arizona. And people are going to overreact to that because they're going to look at Purdue and say, hey, Purdue was lucky to get by Texas. They only won by 2. But here's the thing. Purdue does play defense. They're not as good as Arizona defensively, but they are light years better than Arkansas defensively. Offensively, Purdue's the number 2 team in the country in offensive efficiency. So they're going to be able to score points. And I go back and look at the previous game for Arizona. You go back to that Utah State game. That game was much closer than the 12-point final margin. Arizona pulled away late. And the only reason that Arizona was able to win that game, and I'll tell you, Utah State frustrated them, slowing the pace down. And I think Purdue will be able to do the same. But what did Utah State in was they only shot 25% from three-point range. The other big outlier in that game was the foul discrepancy. Arizona went to the foul line 39 times against Utah State. Utah State only went to the line 11 times. That is just too big of a difference there, and yet Utah State only lost by 12, and it got to that 12-point margin late in the game. It was a 4-point game at one point down the stretch. I think Purdue hangs in this one right to the end, and honestly, I think Purdue can win this game outright and go on to the Final Four. I'm going to take Purdue plus the points here, guys. Let's take a look at Purdue. For the second game, before we get into Iowa, Illinois, let me tell you what is happening with me. We're rolling, guys, pure and simple. We went 2-0 on Thursday night in the tournament, picked up another 7 units. The highlight was a 5% play. Illinois, easy winner for us is our 5%. Our 5% plays are 45 and 23 the last 25 months. Our 4% best bets, our second strongest plays, we're on a 27 and 14 run with those plays the last 41. I will have at least a 4% on Saturday, possibly a 5%. We're waiting to see where this line is going to settle on these two games. Also, Saturday, big day for horse racing. You guys know I follow horse racing very closely. I am involved in horse racing. I own and breed race horses. I love the Florida Derby tomorrow. We're going to be giving out horse in the Florida Derby that I am betting. and I'll give you some exactas with it as well. But you'll get everything when you sign up. We got an offer for you. You can buy a 3-day package, all access. You'll get everything: college, NBA, hockey, baseball, whatever I release, including the horse race. 3 days for $69. We'll double it and give you 3 extra days, 3 free days. You'll pick up 6 days for $69. Great deal for you. You want an even better deal? Check this out. You can pick up a full calendar year, 365 days from me. Special offer. You like the way I break down games for you? You want to be a part of it? We're rolling with our plays. You can get everything for a full year. The regular price on that is $19.99. We have it on sale right now, discounted at WagerTalk. I think it's $14.50 or $14.99. I'm going to take it even further. If you use coupon code Marco25, I'll give you another 25% off. That'll bring your final cost down to $1,094. What's that come out to? That's $3 a day. You can't buy a cup of coffee for $3. You'll get every play I release, every sport, every special event like the Kentucky Derby, the Triple Crown races, some of these prep races. Guys, jump on board, get a package. Either short-term, grab that 3 days and get 3 free, or grab the full year and get everything with me as a premium client. All right, enough about that. If you want to go to my homepage, the direct link is wt.buzz/MD. That's wt.buzz/MD. All right, let's get to that final play. And we've got to take a look at the matchup of, it's the Big Ten matchup of Iowa and Illinois. Who would have thought would have had all of these Big Ten teams in the Sweet 16 and now advancing to the Elite Eight? But the world last night was lining up to go against Iowa. Nebraska was a very popular play with a lot of people, and for good reason. Everybody expected Iowa, after that upset of Florida, to come up flat, the old fat and sassy angle. Now, I'll be honest with you. Initially, I thought the same way, but I didn't end up using the game on Nebraska, and for one reason. Nebraska was in uncharted water, okay? This is a team that has not been significant in the big dance like this forever. And I know each team, it's a different group of guys, and, you could say past history doesn't matter, but you got to have some experience, and they just didn't have it. And I think that was the problem. You saw this team who basically either led or tied most of the game, choked down the stretch. And the reason advantage, and I always say this to you guys in these tournament situations, I love taking a team that was in a tight game versus a team that was in a blowout in their last one, because that team that was in a tight game and found a way to win in advance generally has that edge in the next game. You saw that last night down the stretch. They were able to have that tight game against Florida and pull it out late. It paid dividends down the stretch against Nebraska. Nebraska choked, didn't make the big shots. Iowa did. Now they got to go up against Illinois, and I really do like this Illinois team. And I think the difference in this game is going to be the Illinois bigs. I just don't think Iowa's going to be able to handle them. And the thing that did Nebraska in against Iowa was Nebraska lives and dies by the threes. They went 13 of 38 from three in that game last night. That's what cost them. I don't see Illinois having that problem. Illinois will hit enough of their threes, but more importantly, if they miss threes, they got the bigs inside. They're tough off the offensive boards. They get a lot of putbacks, and I think this Illinois team is much better than Iowa. I think the clock strikes midnight for Cinderella, Iowa, and they are truly the Cinderella of the Sweet 16. It's over for them here. I like Illinois. I'm laying the 7, And that is going to be it for this week's Marco's Deli. Again, guys, you made it this far. You must like what we're doing. Give us that thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps me out and shows me you guys like what we're doing and appreciate the work we're putting in for you. It helps the channel out and help the channel even more. Leave us a comment. I appreciate you guys. Let's cash some tickets. Let's eat good in the deli. I'll be back with you guys next week when we'll be looking at the final 4 games. Until then, guys, thanks for stopping by Marco's Deli. Let's cash some tickets. I'll see you next week.